things seem to have gone good enough for the model, despite serious competition in this segment, for it to be kept in production. Not only that, but BMW keeps pumping R&D into the vehicle, as clearly shown by the series of upgrades made for the facelift version announced this week. Enter the 2026 BMW iX, the most powerful incarnation of the SAV yet, and possibly a prettier one as well, if you happen to be on the side of the aisle that liked this thing's design to begin with. IL also now throws 3 models on the American market, giving potential customers a wider choice: 9 xDrive 45, 9 xDrive 60, and 9 M70 xDrive. To me, the iX remains the same ugly duckling as before, despite BMW's efforts to refine its looks a bit. You can see the changes starting at the front, where the grille, still massive and pretty much useless, comes with a new frame design and a new layout for the lines it is made up of. The nice thing about it is that it can be illuminated, and that certainly gives the 9 a distinctive appearance at night, and it is now flanked by redesigned headlights. At the rear, the only visible change is the new form of the apron, which now comes with an integrated diffuser on the top of the range iX M70 xDrive. As a novelty for the family of electric SUVs, BMW is now offering the M Sport package for all 3 variants, throwing into the fight several visual upgrades, but also those fancy M alloy wheels. Among them, a V-spoke design set sized at 23 inches, which was never offered before. The interior of the iX suffered only minor changes, with the most notable upgrade being the availability, for the first time, of the M multifunction seats, which can be spec'd in Amido or Castania natural leathers. Then, we have the 30-speaker strong Bowers and Wilkins Diamond surround sound system, standard on the M70 xDrive and optional on the others. I hinted earlier that the electric powertrains of the 3 iX models now offer more power than before. That's owed, in part, to the retuning of the drive system, and in part to the use of new technologies, including, for the first time in a BMW vehicle, silicon carbide semiconductor components. The SiC inverters that use them are thus more powerful, but at the same time more efficient than before, and that also translates into an increase in maximum range. In the case of the 9 xDrive 45, there's no comparison to be made, as this model is new to the market. It cranks out 402 horsepower and can travel on its 20-inch alloy wheels as far as 502 kilometers on a single charge of the battery, which in its case has a usable capacity of 100.1 kilowatt-hours. The 0 to 60 acceleration time of this one stands at 4.9 seconds, and its top speed is limited to 200 kilometers per hour. The mid-range 9 xDrive 60, it too propped on 20-inch alloy wheels, delivers 536 horsepower, an increase of 20 horsepower over the previous version. It can move for a distance of up to 547 kilometers thanks to its 113.4 kilowatt-hour battery. Acceleration time stands at 4.4 seconds, and the top speed is limited at the same value as with the xDrive 45. Finally, the range-topping iX M70 xDrive is a beast of an EV, offering the power of 6. Its range, however, is affected by the increased power levels, and only stands at 486 kilometers, despite relying on a battery that gives it 112.8 kilowatt-hours of net usable energy. BMW says it will begin assembling the 2026 iX at its plant in Dingolfing in March, and deliveries are expected to begin in the second quarter of the year. Customers will be given the choice of 5 new colors: Arctic Race Blue Metallic, Dune Gray Metallic, Carbon Black Metallic, BMW Individual Frozen Deep Gray Metallic, and Tanzanite Blue Metallic. As for pricing, well, this is an electric Bimmer family we're talking about, so don't expect them to be cheap. The lowest one we'll be able to spend is $75,150 on the 9 xDrive 45, while the mid-range 9 xDrive 60 will set people back $88,500. Last but not least, if you really plan to impress the neighbors, you could go for the 9 M70 xDrive, but that will leave you at least $111,500 poorer. That's not including the $1,175 destination and handling charge.